Так.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself.
Короче, он, походу, при каждом новом прохождении что-то новое говорит. Это не зависит от концовки.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the
Так,
meeting
сейчас
room,
идем
and
тогда в
Stanley
дверь
knew it
слева.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Нет, я предлагаю сюда. Потому что если мы пойдем туда, это вернет, скорее всего, нас на на правильную концовку, где Стэнли следует указаниям этого рассказчика.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
У меня нет выбора, ну ладно.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Сейчас снова неправильно.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? No, let's see.
Это, походу, самая неправильная концовка. Потому что он сам не знает отсюда выход.
Okay, yes. I've got it. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Видимо, вот концовка с машиной. И зацикленный. Опа.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh. Who am I kidding?
Какой?
It's all
601
rubbish
уволен.
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Если он сейчас закинет меня в начало, интересно, имеет ли смысл, если я пойду туда еще раз?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Опа.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Он говорит то же самое, что и при первом прохождении. Охереть.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
А сюда я не могу пройти. Так, я могу пойти сюда, сюда. Окей, боковые двери, они все ведут в одно и то же место. Ну, в смысле, вот эти две двери и вот те две двери. Пойдем сюда. Ищем приключения. Но мне не нравится этот лабиринт. Ну, в смысле...
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we just Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this.
А как я сюда
Okay, let's
вышел?
give it a shot. Why not?
Ладно, он снова перезапустил. Но это часть концовки, то, что он говорил, то же самое, что и в
All
начале.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ну, nice, чё.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Ну, давай. Чё бы нет-то. Раньше этого не было, по-моему. По-моему, раньше там была лампочка. Так, что еще изменилось? По-моему, 426 двери не было. Так, здесь вроде все. Вот этой двери, по-моему, тоже не было.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
Fuck.
The story. Here it comes.
Это зацикленное, да? Я по кругу сейчас буду ходить. Да-да-да.
No, wait.
что?
Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Ну ладно. Чё за херня творится? Ёпта.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
И чё?
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
Дверь исчезла.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Ай, ладно. Третий перезапуск. Сейчас, мне кажется, там дверь будет в полу или на потолке. Или вообще портал будет. Ну, я пока что... Это пока что не конец. Вот та желтая линия, про которую ты говорил.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Ну ладно. А? Он теперь меня сюда ведет? Кто-то в косынку залипал. Так, но я могу пойти снова к двум дверям. Я хочу посмотреть, что там изменилось.
No, I'm down. We're living
Ну
up
да.
to the line from now on.
Впрочем, здесь ничего нет. Ладно, идем по линии. Здесь ничего нового.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward,
Обязательно
Stanley,
вот это
to
вот так
destiny.
обходить.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Чем?
Now we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to
Так,
apologize.
здесь что-нибудь есть?
Not sure where I was
Здесь
going with
ничего
all that.
интересного.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Так, ладно, пойдем сюда. Опа. Какого черта? Я не умею по стенам ходить. Да, мне нравится эта концовка. Что с этой полосой не так? Это пока что лучшая концовка, которую я видел. Твою мать. Все, чувак, хватит.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
Зачем? Не, погоди, у нас есть желтая линия.
Wait, what? We're
Check.
back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Здесь что-то по-другому. О, я могу теперь туда пойти. Так, а давайте посмотрим тогда на папоротник.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Ну ладно. Допустим, я его запомнил. Так, я не думаю, что имеет смысл возвращаться назад. Так, идем сюда. О,
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
нихера себе ты там поспамил. Так. Ну-ка. Что в этот раз?
You know what, Stanley?
Что?
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
Там надо было
Why don't we
постоять,
simply
типа,
start wandering
возле
in...
того
Well, I don't
папоротника.
know. How about this direction?
Окей.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Сейчас тут папоротник будет, да? А. Что?
Oh, no,
О,
not you
здрасте.
again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
А как я могу не обращать на него внимания, если она тут везде? допустим. Поехавшая после.
Ah, a choice. We
Oh.
get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads...
Погодите. Сейчас. Мне нужно кое-что сделать. Раз мы будем ходить кругами. Секундочку. Так. Во. Сейчас. Немножечко потише сделаю. Так, за Stanley Parable. Погодите. Все, оно захватывается.
And that will turn means that our destination corresponds So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? Since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is correct. Another good bit of logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Ладно. Я не мог этого не сделать. Всё. Так, правая дверь, поехали.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Чё это?
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this, this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
То есть это вот одна
I'm
из
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
которая типа предрешена.
They're always saying that
Но из-за того,
life is
что
about the
рассказчик
journey
ее
and not the
изменил,
destination.
она
So I
сломалась.
hope that's where we are right now.
Ну, пока что самая лучшая
We'll find
концовка
out,
из
won't
всех.
we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Че? Походу игра сама зарестартила. И теперь он как раз таки все забудет, да? Это концовка. Ну да, получается, если он сейчас все забудет, то просто игра будет заново, и, ну, это будет как концовка. Он все равно уже не вспомнит про то, что он делал только что. Ну-ка.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Да.
What could it mean?
Это
Stanley decided
концовка.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Так.
memo.
Ну, значит как. Желтая линия напишу. Желтая линия и сломанная игра. Окей, так, теперь мы, значит, идем в правую дверь, потом заходим в дверь слева и идем до конца. На правильный выход, так сказать.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room.
Уже на французском заговорил.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
В
his
смысле
left.
что? Я записываю концовки в блокнотик. Потому что я их считаю. Я знаю, что в игре 20 концовок. И я их просто записываю, если ты об этом. Так.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Окей, я захожу
Yet
сюда.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Вот.
Coming to a
Давайте
staircase,
сейчас
Stanley
идем
walked
вниз.
upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive
1, 2,
economy,
B4.
why had he taken that risk?
В разное
All
время.
because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
А,
None of it made any
вот
logical
зацикленная
sense.
комната.
And as Stanley pondered this,
начал
he
замечать
began to
другие
make other
странности.
strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet
Кстати,
leaning
да.
down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't
Ну
actually
да.
gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Я все еще могу
Then he
приседать,
imagined
когда
himself
летаю.
soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked
Привет, Дань.
himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head?
Нет, давай
dictating
пока без спойлеров.
everything that I'm
Я
doing and thinking?
потом.
Now
После
the voice
концовок,
was
наверное.
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it
Потому что я,
particularly
может, сам это
strange.
пойму.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was
На
not a
стриме
dream.
задержка, если
How
чё.
could it be?
Поэтому
Was Stanley
для
simply
вас я не
deceiving
сразу
himself,
отвечаю на
believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
на чат.
Stanley
Сообщение
is
в
as
чате.
awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world
Кому передать
outside
приветик?
this one.
Тебе? Приветик, Даня,
Let me
ха-ха.
wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Что-то
I am okay.
подсказывает, что он не в порядке. Он открыл глаза, и все было
Stanley
точно таким
began
же.
screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley.
Wow.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I
Господи,
must be
чё за
real. I
трэш?
must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Ай!
And
Ультразвук!
everything went black.
Чё за трэш?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Это его жена?
Mariella woke up
Mariella?
on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
Ему
and
всё
then
это
collapsed
казалось.
dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
И нас закинут сейчас. Спойлер, короче, Стэнли сбила машину, пока он шел на работу, и играет в кому, машина что стоит рядом в комнате. Окей. Так. Концовка 7. Стэнли в коме.